I want to use my platform to confront a dire and pressing issue: gender-based violence, or GBV, in South Africa. In the 2022/23 financial year alone, over 4,169 women were tragically murdered due to gender-based violence. This alarming figure underscores the severity of the crisis we are facing. But these numbers represent more than just statistics. They are real lives, real families torn apart by violence. This crisis demands urgent action from every one of us. One organization at the forefront of this fight is Women for Change. Since its establishment in 2016, Women for Change has been a beacon of hope, offering critical support services such as medical and legal assistance to survivors and leading advocacy efforts to push for systemic change. Their work has reached millions, influencing public opinion and policymakers to take action. If you or someone you know needs help, or if you want to join the fight against GBV, I urge you to contact Women for Change. You can reach them via email at info@womenforchange.co.za or visit their website at womenforchange.co.za. Together we can make a difference. Let's unite in this battle against GBV. Silence is not an option. Speak up, support survivors, and help spread awareness. For more information on how to contribute, please visit Women for Change right now. Hey lovies, welcome back to yet another episode of Yane Life with me, Ndala Chaka. I haven't done a late night episode in a long time, and right now it's currently 4 a.m. and honestly this is spontaneous. This episode is so spontaneous, and the thing is, I'm literally writing a physics prelim exam in literally 3 hours, and the stress of this paper honestly just drove me to do something that I love, that I enjoy, which is this podcast. By the way, I hope I'm audible. I have to whisper. I mean, it is 4 a.m. People are asleep. But yeah, welcome back. I literally just have been having, I'm not going to say the worst all-nighter, but definitely one all-nighter I'm never going to forget. One thing about me is I don't like physics. Like, if you were to ask me about physics on a deeper level, I will tell you how much I loathe it, how much it doesn't make sense. Like, I don't like physics, and I have these tendencies of running away from actually having to do it, which I guess comes to bite me back in the ass. And by running away, I was like working on my podcast and trying to finalize certain elements of it, and yeah, so that's what I've been fighting with. But sometimes technology can be so useless, and it's actually quite annoying sometimes. But what can we do? I am so sorry for that noise. If you could hear that, I don't know where people are going at 1 a.m. in the morning or 4 a.m. in the morning. But anyway, other than complaining about myself, I hope y'all look good. I hope y'all are still, feeling good. Most of you guys are like done with prelims now, if you're a matric listening in. And I hope that y'all's prelims went well. For me, I don't know what to say. And honestly, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to let the report card speak for itself. But yeah, anyway, we're going to continue with our matric diary lessons. And I think this is going to be for the month of August, right? We're in September now. Month of August, kind of going into September. But before I get into that, aren't you guys proud of me? Like, consistency. Like, what do you mean I'm back a month later? What? Like, that's not me. I don't usually do that. But anyway, let's jump into it. So, the first thing I want to talk about has a lot to do with learning to love yourself, right? I recently did a speech for orators, which is like just a speech, I don't know what you call it, competition thing. And one of the things I mentioned was how high school has taught us to love ourselves, regardless of how different we were. And one of those ways of learning to love yourself is understanding that just because you're not conventionally attractive doesn't mean that you're not beautiful, right? So that's the lesson. Just because you are not conventionally attractive doesn't mean that you're beautiful. Hey, it's Vicendalo. Sorry, I meant to say just because you're not conventionally attractive doesn't mean that you're not beautiful. I'm sorry, I'm like really tired. I think throughout this year especially, I've learned and I've come to realize that, Mara guys, yeah, she's a hey, I'm hot, I'm beautiful, I'm gorgeous, and I feel like we've become so consumed with social media and the beauty standard of the world that when we look at ourselves in the mirror and we don't see the typical things that people call beautiful, we tend to tell ourselves that, well, okay, then we're not beautiful, you know? And I guess that's not the only thing that can contribute to that. I think for me also it had to do a lot with my love life in high school. Like, firstly, let's just put it on the table. I'm gay. I'm a black gay person in South Africa. Okay, we don't get a lot of experiences when it comes to love as teenagers in South Africa, as queer South Africans. And although we do understand that, we also do tend to internalize it and make ourselves feel like we're not beautiful enough to be loved, or we're not found hot enough, you know, to be loved. And I think that's one of the things I really struggled with, you know. It's just coming to realize that, no man, guys, I am beautiful, and just because it's not conventionally attractive, or just because I haven't been in a relationship yet, doesn't mean otherwise, you know. And learning to love yourself is really important, and it can honestly make or break you, because if you don't love yourself, as Mama RuPaul said, if you don't love yourself, how in the hell are you gonna love somebody else? Can I get an amen? But yeah, honestly, learning to love yourself first, to tell yourself that you're beautiful, to know deep down that you're beautiful, is essential with moving on in life, because the last thing you want to be doing is comparing yourself to other people who don't look like you. You are a unique being. You are literally one of a kind, and that's what makes you beautiful. And if you can look at yourself and see these certain elements and see these certain features that you feel like, damn, these make me beautiful, you know. For example, like when I look in the mirror every day, my eyes, oh guys, I have beautiful eyes. My lips, one thing I am grateful for is my lips. I have great lips. And if you can just, you know, pinpoint these elements that you love about yourself so much, you really start to see the beauty you have and start to understand it and love yourself for it, you know. So that's quite important. And then the second one that I suck at, the second lesson that I've learned is that confrontation is a big part of growing up. Yo. You see, when it comes to confrontation, I am the last person, honestly, to be giving advice on that. I cannot confront a person to save my life. Like, one thing I can do is confront my feelings about how I'm feeling about something, or how I'm feeling in the moment of something. But I can never confront a person if they make me feel bad, or if they've genuinely done something wrong towards me. I suck at going to that person being like, hey, listen, what 2, 3, 4, 5 is wrong. What you did to me personally is wrong, and I didn't like that. Like, I suck at that. And I've honestly been trying to get into the habit of telling people where to get off, and it's a thing of, like, I don't know what it is, but I feel like every time something wrong happens towards me, or someone does something bad towards me, in me, I just think like I'm too exhausted to deal with this, or like I don't have the energy to deal with this, or dealing with this would require so much energy that I don't want to put it in. And I think that's really bad. I really know that's really bad. And also the confrontation part has also kind of crept into taking accountability for me, which I know I suck at. And I think it's things like, okay, I feel like it really depends on the people I'm around and who I'm dealing with. But if it's people I really care about, right? Or I'm really let me not say care about, I'm really comfortable with, right? Because I can care about you but not really be comfortable around you, I believe. So for the people I'm really comfortable with, I can honestly own up to my mistakes and say, listen, I fucked up, I'm sorry, right? Let's move on. But when it comes to people that I'm not quite comfortable with, I really do struggle to be like, hey, listen, I fucked up, I'm really sorry. And I think it comes from a fear of appearing imperfect or like a fuck up. Honestly, I think I just fear that. And I really need to learn how to confront that, how to go to people and be like, I fucked up, I'm really sorry. Or if someone fucks up towards me, I can go to them and be like, listen, dude, you fucked up, I didn't like what you did, I'm really sorry. And as I grow up, I really hope my goal for by this time next year is to know how to be like, listen, man, I fucked up, I'm really sorry, to the people I'm not as comfortable with. And also to be like, listen, dude, what you did, how you made me feel, is really, I really didn't like it. And yeah, that's lesson number 2. I hope this is making sense. I feel like this episode may not make sense. I mean, it's 4 a.m. in the morning, I haven't slept, and I'm just rambling. I really hope what I'm saying makes sense, because I feel like it doesn't make sense. And if it doesn't make sense, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. Okay, then the third and final lesson that I'm gonna put in is that, and I don't know where I heard this from, why I heard this from, but you are somebody and you're not behind. And what I mean by that is, we live our lives so adamant on becoming somebody in life that we forget that right now we are someone. We're always working towards being, famous, successful in the future, that we are forgetting that we have successes as we stand today. Like right now, you have so many accomplishments that you tend to forget that you have, because we're so focused on what we want to be. And the second part of this, the you are not behind has to do with people love to compare themselves and their success, or when they'll get to their success, with other people. People who are different from you in race, gender, experience, family, so many aspects, we are constantly comparing ourselves to so many people in our lives and around us. And I think, honestly, schools have forced us to compare ourselves to other people because we've been trained to be like the top students or compete for the top places in class. And this whole thing of passing a grade, it's trained people to think that in life everyone needs to be on the same level all the time, which is not true. You are running your own race, you are living your own life. So when Mazibuka gets 1 million rand by the age of 21 and you're still stuck on 50 grand, that's okay. That's okay. You're not behind, because you don't know if by 25 you have 10 million and Mazibuka is only making his 2nd million. And I think what I love about varsity the most is that it will really show you that everyone runs their own race. A lot of people fail first years, second years, and that's okay, because yes, I guess the ideal is to complete your degree within a set record time, but even if you have a step back, that's okay. You're not late, you're not running behind, you're still on track to get your goals. Your goal is just taking longer than some other people, maybe because it's better, So yeah, I feel like we should just stop comparing ourselves to other people when it comes to successes and goals and everything like that. And then coming back to that first point of you are somebody now, we like to compare ourselves to, I think, especially people our own age, and seeing what they can do and what they're doing. And we're forgetting that you're also doing things too. I think for me specifically, I used to look at people and go like, oh my gosh, wow, that person can drive, or oh my gosh, wow, that person's actually making money as a teenager, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I actually forget that, Ndalo, you have like a podcast, right? And when you actually think about it, that's not common. And that's an achievement. To have a podcast is such an achievement that I forgot I had. And I feel like we are so consumed on what other people are doing. I think that's the moral of these 2 lessons, is that we're so consumed on what other people are doing, what other people are achieving, that we forget about what we're doing and what we're achieving at this moment, in this point in time. We are so focused on the future, we're so focused on other people, that we're not seeing what we're doing, the amazing things that we're doing, the amazing achievements that we're getting. And we don't get to enjoy or dwell or reap the benefits of those successes, because we're always constantly trying to catch up to something that you're not behind in, But yeah, that's my 2 cents on this Monday morning at 4 a.m. And yeah, honestly, just learn to, 1, love yourself, 2, confront people, and 3, just learn to understand that you're doing so much right now. There's a lot that I promise you, if you look within yourself, if you look at what you're doing something great. And that something great may just be taking time to get you to your goal, but that's something that you're doing now is contributing to that goal. And you must see it as a moment of, see it as something to be proud of, And yeah, honestly, that's all I have. I honestly don't even know if this episode makes sense. I'm praying it makes sense. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I think I'm high on tiredness. But yeah, if you guys liked this episode, honestly, if you just like the podcast in general, share it. I'd love to spread these, I don't want to say messages because then I sound like a preacher, but I like to ramble to more people because that's what we do here. But yeah, if you like this episode, just share it, like it, rate, review, and subscribe, as they would say. But honestly, I really am grateful for the people who listen to this podcast. I like that I have my little small intimate group of listeners that I hope one day will grow into something bigger. But yeah, honestly, I think I'm just rambling for the sake of rambling. So if you like this whoops. Oh my gosh, I'm actually so tired. I literally did that. I love you guys so much. Thank you for listening. I will be back one day. Who knows? I may be back again a month later. But yeah, stay cool, stay blessed, stay cunty, and I'll talk to you in another episode. Toodles!